Moved a bit there. Okay, hold it there. Keep your foot on the brakes. I'll throw some wood in front of the tires or something. Yep. We just ripped the trunk out of this car. It's the farthest we've got so far.
Well, block it.
Now with that 2003 Ford, well it's an 07, but I'm just going to call it the 03 and up. Still looking for the name. A couple of good suggestions, haven't came up with the one that's going to stick yet. But what we're going to do now is we're going to pull out the 1991 front cradle that we got back here. So we can start doing something interesting with this. So we're just going to move the Cadillac one, which is out front, and then start pulling out the 91. Back up. That's stuck in there good. Okay, try it again. Holy shit. Back up again. Let's try that one more time. We'll hook to something different. So the 07's in the shop now. I tried pulling out the cradle that I want to swap in, but it's frozen into the ground, so I can't really do anything with that for right now. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take the body off the frame. And it's a very simple job to do. Just undo the brake lines, undo the steering down here, which is actually already got the bolt out, so that's already half done. So, and then there's like, I believe, 4 body mounts per side, and then we're just going to lift the body about 3 or 4 feet up, and we'll start doing our welding to the frame that we want to do. Our plans for this, they shot me down with doing leaf suspension on the back. I'm not surprised. I really didn't think they're going to let me do that anyway. But you know what? It was worth calling and trying. We're going to tilt it just a bit, just to get the frame straight. Super easy to do. I'll show you guys how to do that. I've actually never done a Ford. I've only done a GM, and the GMs are much harder to do than Fords. I did a 73 Cadillac about 2 or 3 years ago. And then I still haven't decided if we're going to do a full cradle swap or if we're just going to do a spindle swap to get rid of the aluminum spindles. Because this is a 2007, it actually has steel uppers and steel lowers. So I'm not really worried about breaking any of that. So we might just do a spindle swap. But we'll see what it holds. The only advantage of doing the steel cradle is I can weld in the Chevy motor mounts. But for this, I'd have to probably bring a piece of steel off of here and then bolt it down to here and then let the Chevy motor sit on that. But we'll see. I'm not too sure. We'll only know what the future holds when we get there. Chevy motor still sitting next door. I'd like to put a new cam into it before we go into it this year. But it's in the shop. It took us about 4 hours to get it in the shop from getting it out of its parking spot to here. The cold made my phone turn off twice, so I've actually had to charge it twice. But so now we do have a derby car back in the shop.